score all day, you score all night. Just a Lou. He's a Johnny through and through. Just a Lou. He likes go one, he likes go two. Just a Lou. It's the shite that scores you. When he's left, he score all day and score all night. Just a Lou. He's a Johnny through and through. Come on!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Alvis Smile Face podcast. 1 week later, it's going a weekly habit.
It is.
It's because we're winning. Just wait, we'll lose a game once for ages.
We can't even get off next week either because we're on telly again on Sunday.
Sunday, aye. Well, we don't endorse illegal subscriptions to streams.
It's alright, we're on a proper channel.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday. But I'm saying that there's never going to be a week off, really, is it? Because
Sky
everyone's
Sports.
going to watch them.
Sky Sports.
Cup games. Those are the ones that we'll miss.
Mate, we're out the cup. Don't know if you
There's
remember
another one left.
It doesn't start January.
Who did we? I get knocked off by the
Not
cup.
Forest.
Oh wow.
Worst game ever. Hanley was unbelievably bad.
Don't take me back to that dark night.
Don't take me back.
Please don't take me back. I
Grant
just don't
Hanley's
want to
a
see
fucking
Hanley again.
cock.
He's got Norwich, hasn't he?
Oh yes, aye.
I don't know.
You did because
Norwich.
they've done his announcement with the daft little drone.
Did they?
Aye.
He fucking
It's
drone.
a shame it wasn't a drone that was good.
Drone that takes him out.
Aye, like you had one of them little fucking what they called it, quad what they called?
Oh, he was
Helicopter.
actually driving it.
Was he? Driving.
He's flying.
He's quite big to fit inside of one of them drones, like.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
That's what he was defending with the other week.
Jesus.
So he was flying it, should I say?
Yeah.
Oh, right. He's a
Piloting.
Pilot.
Piloting.
Piloting?
Oh.
I don't think he's piloting. Like.
He's a pilot trite. That's what he is.
Hey.
Anywho.
Right, shall we get on with it?
Why, aye?
Stoke. Once again. We're predictions. I was nearly there.
Well, that was just the wrong way around.
That score draw predictions were great.
Decker went 2-1 Stoke.
I went
Mark
1-2.
went 1 each,
1,
didn't you? Now went 3-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, you were close.
It could have been 5-1 Newcastle at one point.
Could have been 5-4. But yeah. No, it was
No, they could have had one because
easy.
They got
Elliot
one.
pulled off a cracking save.
He pulled off a few.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hang on. That's the second time that one's been used, hasn't it? Mr. Lineker said that a Rafa, didn't he? You know, Alan Shearer wanted to pull him off.
It's just our filthy minds, that though, to be fair, isn't it? I bought a Shearer thing. A Shearer.
A Shearer gnome.
I was going to say Teddy. It's not
No.
Teddy. Can you get Shearer?
The Shearer gnome, wasn't it?
It was a
Make
Shearer.
Get them
Shall we call him? A figurine.
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 An action hero.
Looks like he wants
Action
a
hero.
big friendly hug, doesn't
He
he?
does eyes like this.
He just wants a big
Like, why
hug,
didn't they
doesn't
do him like that? Like, why is he going to go?
he? I've got absolutely no idea.
But I bought one of them and.
They would have needed a bigger box.
What my dad's got like looks just like him when he's up there, like giving it.
Is he?
Like, I don't know why you
Bring
would,
him.
Why on earth?
What,
would
his
you-
dad?
Both?
Why would you make a Shearer figure and not have it with the arm in the air? Like, because he is.
Why
literally
would
just
you
wants a
make?
hook, that's all he
Why
wants.
would you make a Shearer statue with pointing?
He did point though sometimes.
Well, I
His
know.
last ever goal.
His last goal was a point, wasn't it?
Well, it was funny actually because loads of people kicking off on Twitter, like Sunderland fans going, what's he got a finger out for, whatever it was.
I
And
fucking wish it was that one.
And I typed in,
Sunderland
like, I typed in on Google Shearer celebration when the straight images, the first 4 with a finger.
Yeah.
He did do it a few times.
Yeah.
I agree though, you would think it would be the finger.
It was definitely the hand.
He said though, didn't he? He said he
Don't,
did
don't
it.
do that.
Ah, yeah,
It's got a
true,
whole
yeah.
different connotation to it. Oh, we're on for YouTube
I
as
bet
well.
I was
On
going to
YouTube.
do a full,
Don't do that.
full up there like that.
Especially with a skinhead.
I'm glad that flag we got up tonight, not the other one.
Good job we're not wearing white tonight.
White. Right.
Nice and tight.
So Rafa was back in the dugout.
Lovely to see.
He was in,
looked
the,
a bit-
he
he
was
looked
in
a
the
bit-
dugout the whole bloody game.
He looked a bit pale, didn't he?
He only got out once or twice.
well, he's not allowed to do it, is he?
Nah,
He's
he's
not
not.
allowed, so he's...
Beg your pardon.
Excuse me.
Right.
What?
Who's
Has
that? His wife.
Has anyone told Mrs. Benitez that he's not allowed to do it?
Do what?
Oh,
Get out the box.
oh in the
Dugout,
box.
sorry.
In the box.
In the box.
Oh, saucy.
I definitely missed all of that.
No, he's he looked a bit fragile.
He did.
I would say that.
It was nice to see him. Nice.
He looked lovely in that coat.
His trench coat.
It was lovely.
Oh, it was nice, wasn't
I
it?
think he borrowed it from
nice dressy coat.
Arsene Wenger.
Oh, no, he wasn't wearing an Arsene Wenger coat, man.
Wenger wears like caterpillar ones. Like,
No, he was a sleeping bag.
He was wearing like
Sleeping bag, yeah.
he was wearing like a blue streakers coat.
Yeah, it was nice.
A Mac.
No,
No,
different material.
It was like Columbo's, but a different colour.
that's a Mac.
Yeah.
It's got an Apple logo on it.
Return of the Mac.
See what I did there?
What?
Other laptops are available.
I do.
But didn't get them.
We're not using them, Mac.
I'm just saying, I've got one. So
Big Mac.
Haven't had one of them in ages.
What?
Well, we've gone off course, yeah.
We're just advertising loads of random products in the case that we get some sort of
Sponsor.
sponsorship deal.
What we're drinking.
Yeah.
Stelved Press, but it's really Woodpecker.
Coors Light.
I love Coors, Stouford Press and Woodpecker Lager.
Anything else?
And I,
Spain?
and I definitely love pork scratchings. If any more pork scratching companies want to get in touch.
I bought this off Etsy, but I can't remember his name.
Etsy. You see?
Etsy
Etsy Smith.
Let's call him Etsy Knowles.
Etsy knows. Nice.
I
What you
pinched
wearing?
this from Scott Sellers' wardrobe.
Scott, sponsor podcast. We've got a sponsor. We're talking
Just
about.
salty.
How are the glass?
If we offer more money though.
IGC Limited.
Aye, right. So Rafa's back. He made a couple of changes.
He did. I was surprised. Like
Couldn't believe it, mate. To be honest.
I thought Mbemba was an obvious one. Like, but not that Gomez did anything wrong. In
Did
the
anyone think
previous
that
game.
Was he
going to
ill?
be back though? Because
Yeah, he trained all week.
I didn't know that. So I remember when he
Probably
got
saw a
injured. When he got injured against whoever it was, the Nationals game, and they said like 3 months and that, and then I was actually quite surprised to see him back so early. Like pleased he was obviously, but
Was Jesus injured?
no,
No, he just
Was he locked away in like a tube somewhere?
that's just
was
Rafa
on
though.
Timeout Beach, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. But like he just wasn't even in the squad.
Well, that's what I mean.
Which
That's
is a
what Rafa's
shock.
like. He just 1 minute he'll have them easily starting, and then the next week he's not even in the squad.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
But I hate.
Manquillo was a bit of a harsh one on the lad, like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Yeda's is going to be ahead of him all day, so
Yeah.
he
I.
has to be in. You know.
To be fair, as soon as Yedlin comes back, as soon as he's fit, he's straight into the team, isn't he? 'Cause
Aye,
he offers that pace down the wing,
he was
which we
unreal.
need.
He's lightning, isn't he?
We need that.
get better at
Yep. Atu.
He's because he said he's lightning. Well, that was a nice little link in there.
Yeah, it was to Atu. That's what I thought you were getting at. Yes, Atu returned. Murphy was dropped from the starting 11.
Which
Yeah,
I think
had to be right.
I think that was one of the
100%,
only things
yeah.
I got right, because we said the back four would stay the same. Had 2 changes, but we did say we thought that Atsu would come back in.
Well, we did it. We also said last week that not a problem, but the luxury we have right now is the back four. We've got a strong back four no matter what, and it just proved it with the game that's just gone. That the changes that he's made at the back, and we're still going and play that the way we did.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Speaking of that, I just bought Kieran Clark's training shorts.
You got them on today?
No, they haven't arrived yet.
They haven't arrived. Nice one.
Not a very good advertisement for that company, is it? Poor delivery times.
No, I only arrived last week. Like,
Aye. A week. How long does it post?
do you reckon they're washed? Do they still smell like Kieran?
Got a bit of
Do you want to sniff
Clarky
them?
musk.
Do you want to sniff me crotch when they come?
again.
Deka's a bit unwell, so stop mentioning that while you're wanting.
Yeah, I'm not willing to do
On
Yeah,
the
that.
he's got a
table.
dicky tummy.
Oh,
Don't worry, we'll look after you.
I was up all night, man. No, honestly, the worst ever.
Mate, we just want to know what you get.
do- I know, I do, I do.
Do you get me? Not that kind of show.
Sometimes.
It wasn't a good reason why I was up all night either.
But Atu came in. Murphy was dropped to the bench, and I think we all saw that coming. Like it had to happen
obvious
with
one.
Murphy's performance against Swansea.
Yep.
He didn't.
I think even if
Stand
he had
out,
done
did he?
well, I still think he would have been dropped.
Yeah.
Even if he had done, I'm not saying really well if he had scored like 2 goals, like fair enough, but even if he had did like a 7 or 8 out of 10 performance, he still would have been dropped.
Whatever happened on the saying, never change a winning team.
He doesn't believe in that, Rafa.
Nah,
Fuck that.
he always mixes it up, doesn't he? He likes to.
Freshness, competition, etc. etc.
Mm.
He's keeping the majority of the team, the spine of it's remaining.
You're right. He doesn't change the spine normally. Even last year, if you look back at the championship, it was like Shelby would play, Richie would play every single time if they were fit, but the rest would all change.
Darlow
you
played
know.
the majority of games.
Yeah, he did.
But he wasn't even on the bench.
He's still injured.
Yeah, is he injured? Is that what it is?
Well, he got injured against Forest because I remember he was struggling money in that game. Like it was his foot or something.
He was kicking,
really
wasn't it?
struggling.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, now you've said
every
that.
time he kicked it, you could see him wincing in that, and then apparently he hasn't recovered since then. So
No.
it's funny because he was well enough to complete the game and extra time, but then hasn't been seen since for like.
That's it's bad timing for him, isn't it? With Woodman getting his call up for the England team, and
I don't think he would have ever started the season.
No, he would never start the season. But the fact that he's got that call up, so people are taking notice of him right now, and the fact that Darlow's injured, will Darlow go back into that squad like if he's fit, or will Woodman like remain within that?
Yeah, you just don't know what's going to happen to you in the
penny for his thoughts,
meantime.
Not with Rafa, like,
because I think he'll be devastated considering he played. He really helped us get promoted, win the league last year. There's no question about it.
100%.
And then you think you're getting back in the big time, and this is his chance to play in the Premier League, and he's probably not going to get a game. Probably not. Which is, we had a discussion many times last season. Who do you think should be number one? And I think we all said.
I said Elliot.
You said Elliot. I thought Darlow deserved to have the chance.
But as I said, a lot of times he was too prone to a rick.
I agree there. Like, I don't even think Rafa particularly likes any of them. He's been after a goalkeeper for the whole entire summer. So he clearly doesn't really rate Elliot.
I think the problem is he hasn't seen enough of Elliot though. Like, he hasn't had that luxury that we have. The last.
I think he thinks he's the best of what's available.
Without a doubt.
And he probably is.
Yeah. Well, just look at the game from Stoke. He kept us in that game for about 10, 15, 20 minutes after the second half.
Win the game.
He did like those two good saves in the space of like 5 minutes.
The header
was one very
unbelievable.
very, very good save. Yeah.
And there was another one he I was going to say he fingered.
Why? He just touched around the post.
Aye. He had a good game. When he was,
he wasn't.
I think
they
only had 3
a lot though. To be fair,
I think they had 3 shots on target, and every single one of those saves was like the shots was heading in the goal.
The one that got a lot of, from what I've seen anyway, bits and pieces on Sky, and that they were saying like the Shaqiri one when he was miles out, like I think it was the first half, and he cut inside and tried to bend it in.
Yes,
and he saved it. Don't get us wrong.
He was going to lob him.
He saved it, great save. But I would expect him to save that. Like, in all fairness, he had so much time to say it. I thought the header was the standout save.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't even like I've criticised Krul so many times in the past when he does a save, but he puts it back into play. He got such a strong hand of it. He pushed it so far wide, so it was a really, really good save, that. And
I like him. I've always liked Robert.
There's only one moment where I think it was either a corner or a cross that came in.
Is that when he went to punch it? He got his hand on it
and
it just fell outside the box, didn't it?
And then I think they had a shot straight off, which went wide, but I think that was the only.
I like him as a goalkeeper. I think, apart from his kicking, he's a good all-rounder. Like, if he's got the ball in the hand, he'll throw it where he wants.
He's alright at kicking out of his hands as well. It's off the deck where he struggles. He really does struggle out. But
no, he did well for me.
He did very well.
As I say, not that he was tested a great deal, but when called upon, did a good job.
And I would say the Shaqiri goal, he couldn't really done much through that. Like the way that ball went through 3 players, didn't it?
Yeah.
The spin it had on it was unreal.
And he bent it perfectly into that corner. But
in real time,
the good thing, that he's capable of doing it.
In real time, I thought he could have done better personally because it was quite slow. The shot was quite sort of stick and drag. But when I seen it again,
wasn't it?
It was incredible. It was a very, very good, well taken goal.
For me, the defence should have been better because they should have either been pushing Shaqiri much further across,
especially when he's known for doing that,
or showing him away. Yeah.
It was like I know that Mark doesn't like him, but you remember Ben Arthur used to do that a lot, didn't he?
Off the right all the time.
And a lot of the times you would find that they would have like the left back cutting him off, and then the centre back would come immediately straight out to beat him. You've just got to keep. Make them go along.
I think
that was the only thing we didn't
do that on that one opportunity.
I think the defenders are so scared in case they gave away a foul in that position, aren't they? So they'll take a step back away from it.
But he had 4 bloody free kicks that were pathetic.
The one off Mbemba's handball I was really worried about. I thought, this is real range here. Like, just scored as well.
Blasted it away, didn't he?
Oh,
shocking.
Is that the one that was towards the Gallagher?
No, it was right on the edge of the box. It was it was
great
really
position.
It was. I was really worried about that. But no come of it. So.
Right.
But I tell you what, though, he was an absolute prick in that game.
Yeah. We've got a new hatred for Shaqiri now. He's took over Dele Alli.
As we sat and had the conversation last week, he
hasn't. Definitely not.
He was a fantastic player, but he just was an absolute cock.
Oh, he's a cock.
He's just.
I don't know some of the things as well that
where's
he was
he from?
Arguing in that. Where's he from again?
It's gonna be somewhere random, isn't it?
It is actually. I can't remember this.
Is that South American?
No. It's some daft like Switzerland or something like.
Adam, you can say
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
I would guess. Educate, I guess, like. But yeah, but it
Came from Inter Milan.
Be like the Swiss.
Some of these things he was arguing about or getting involved in were just unnecessary, weren't they? Like the one when the ball went, it was our throw, by the way, and then Clark.
Oh, that was blatantly our throw.
100%. And he just started having to go at Clark and push him against the fence.
Clark even was shepherding the ball out.
Aye.
That was down in the Gallagher-Milburn corner.
That's
wasn't
right
it,
where I
down
am,
there?
kind of thing. Aye, so.
They got the throw.
Aye, they did.
They got the throw.
Clark shepherded it out,
Aye.
bent over, picked it up, and Shaqiri was pushing the mile hour, arguing to give him the ball.
It was.
It worked for him. It was the little twat.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. It was really was ridiculous. Like, but
Well, that was just I mean, that was just one decision.
Yeah.
The officials
The ref
in
was
that
bad,
game was
wasn't he?
absolutely terrible.
Is he new to the Premier League this season?
God knows.
I didn't recognise him like
He needs
that.
to go back down to...
Unless you were saying last season, I definitely wouldn't have recognised him.
Well, I thought he had money on Stoke, like, because he
was
didn't
poor,
like
like,
us.
really
And I hate saying that, you know, because sometimes it seems that we're always banging about the refs are against her, but God, he was bad.
No, that was
No, but like,
shocking
I think when you win a game and you're still saying the ref was poor,
Aye.
that speaks volumes to me. Like, because normally you would just let it go and think,
I know.
a shit we won the game. But
Obviously, the biggest calling point, which we'll get to, was the Atsu penalty thing. But it was his overall, like I said, what should have been a goal kick, or it should have been a corner, or it should have been a throw in, or just every single decision for me was wrong, almost wrong, every single one.
while we're talking about the referee, the linesman overruled the referee at one point. Did you see it with the throw in?
Yeah.
It's like I looked at Adam and I was like, is he? Like, where's we slate linesman on? Yeah,
Well, they deserve
left,
it,
right, and centre because they're useless, absolutely useless. They always rely on the referee, but the referee actually gave it to a Stoke throw-in.
Yeah, and it was
And the linesman was Newcastle's actually fuck.
And that's what you want.
Mental
Because
shot.
I remember that is the ref, to be honest, had a poor view of it, which he's going to have poor views of throw-ins in that type of area. So that, you know, the linesman's there to do his job, and he did it.
He had a poor view of the whole bloody game.
He did, like, he was dreadful. He was absolutely shocking, like,
Right,
he really was.
had to open the scoring. Was that from a Richie cross again?
It was.
It was a big, long, deep ball,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Right
It
to the
was.
back stick.
Balls deep.
Did well. Get on the end of it, like.
In fairness, Perez did really well, you know, to stop
Perez,
that move.
did
He
Perez
won
win the ball?
He won the
But
ball.
he put his body in front of him in that play and he just nicked him past to Marino. I think that Marino was
that's right.
to Richie. I might be completely wrong, like, but I think it was Marino out to the right to Richie. Then Richie just, like you say, that was a long ball to the back post.
It was like,
I don't think he
3 or
was.
4 trying to get on the end
Yeah,
of it.
I don't think
That's
he was
it,
looking
like-
for that too. Like, I think he
Yeah,
just
like,
put it in
just
there.
hide in the box. Aye. That's all you want, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Get in that area.
He done mint to get on the other side. I think it was Diouf, I think, the right back, well, right wing back. Done really well to get behind him. Like, it was a good finish, actually, to be fair. I know he's close in, but it was a good finish.
Well, the fact that the keeper square onto him and you would think he was going to go to the keeper's left, so the right of the goal that we're looking at, and he just taps in the left.
Yeah, to be fair,
and
I don't think he intended to do that. It was just a case of get something on.
Let's give him
Get
some
something
credit,
on the ball,
Mark.
man.
Yeah. Give him some credit.
The pace that was delivered, he was literally throwing himself to try and get on the end of it.
Yeah.
It was a good finish to get there ahead of the defender, but
That's what was
just nick
pleasing.
in front of it and
Because I've
get
said
it in the box.
loads of times on here. If you've got your left back crosses, your right winger should be, you know, filling in and vice versa, and that's exactly what he did there. The right winger's crossing it, and your left winger's coming in at the back post. Class. Brilliant.
Mind they were playing a funny old formation.
That's 5 up
They
front.
were playing
most of the
like
time.
I guess when they were defending, they were playing kind of like 5-3-2, and then when they were on the attack, they were going to 3 at the back.
Yeah, and then 5 up top,
And
because I
then
was counting them all
it
the
was
time. That 5 along
weird.
and 4, I was like, God.
Which I mean, from an attacking on the counter attack, I guess that's what you want.
They love the crossfield ball as well, did you
Oh,
know? That's
to
all
the-
they wanted
to
to
the right
do.
wing.
That's all they wanted to do.
And the reason why, because I kept picking up on this, was Richie kept drifting into the middle of the pitch, leaving Peters totally unmarked, acres and acres of space.
Yeah, if you had them with 2 a lot of
and
times.
everything was exactly high. Yeah. So that was only.
Then they switched a little bit and they started banging towards Diouf on like sort of the other side.
Yeah.
And Bemba was doing quite well against him.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought they're just aiming for that because they know we haven't got a left back.
Yeah.
And I thought they're just hiding it in that corner because they know for fine well. Like Mbemba's like not a natural left back, even though he's done really well like this season so far.
Oh, right.
I was glad that we had him there rather than Dummett playing in that kind of formation.
He's very good. There's been a question asked him, so we'll get on later about Mbemba playing that position, but he's stuck to that position like a duck to water. He's
quality.
Dummett's going to find it well. Look at last season. People were slaying him last season. Oh, he's not good enough for the Championship. So that obviously means he's not good for the Premier League.
We had this conversation
A couple of
times. He's a good player. It's a total kettle of fish down in that league.
Oh, we've spoken about before. I can't understand how people don't think these two leagues are completely different. So the leagues are going to suit different players. And Mbemba's a prime example of that. The amount of people that would have sold Mbemba last season because of the championship season. And I think he is not the best defender we've got, but probably maybe he is. Not the best
He's a class defender.
But I would say he's the most versatile defender, and anywhere you put him across that defence, I'd be confident he'd do a job.
I think that's why he can do well at left back, is because he is quite mobile. Even though he's a stocky lad, he's still got he can turn on his heel.
He's very confident on the ball, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a footballer.
Can't take a throw in, but he's good.
The amount of footballers that can't take a throw in these days.
What about bloody? That was another shocking decision. A blatant foul throw from Stoke.
Is that what just hit the deck?
He just went like that.
It happens every game. You look at him and just go foul throw. Like no one else gives a shit.
Yeah.
The referees get well.
So I cut him with a massive negative there, but no, my member's mint. Absolutely love him. We should never even been thinking of selling him in the summer. I do think we were though. I think Rafa was wanting to get rid of him personally.
I think if a bid came in, he would have went.
I know.
Well, it's probably because he could command a fee. He must be on a decent wage package.
He'll be on a decent salary. You would think him and Mitrovic were on similar wages. You would have thought. Mitrovic is probably a little bit more, but Mbemba,
he's class, man.
He's a class defender.
Yes,
you see when he put Shaqiri on his arse and
said, he just turned him.
He fell over, pinged the Beckham ball straight out. I was like, this is amazing.
I think he's amazing. He's exactly what we need.
Oh, he's class, man. He is class. He is. No doubt.
All this panic about I haven't got a left back, blah blah blah. Mbemba slotted in there. Then, if Mbemba was to get injured, like we thought he was going to be out for 3 months, that's when the problem starts coming in.
See, I don't know. I'd like to, not that I'd like to see it, but I think it'll be a different kettle of fish if he comes up with a right winger that's got a lot of pace, is a little bit tricky on the ball and that kind of thing, an old-fashioned kind of.
Well, I thought Shaqiri was going to be the test, and I think I said this last week that I was worried about Jesus against him. And Mbemba, don't know.
But I know he did. He hasn't got a lot of pace and stuff like that, though. He's
still
a clever, tricky player.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of many right wingers off the top of my head that, other than the main 3 teams in the league. Let's like Man City, for example. By all means, you may get rinsed against them, but who cares?
Well, you can't say that about any position on the pitch, can't you?
It is what it is. But I think if you look at the teams in and around us, or like the bottom 10, I don't think there's any right winger on there that can scare him personally.
Townsend?
No, I watched him the other day. He's not the player he was at us. He's not good.
He's just not interested, man. I think that's all that is anymore.
He looked.
He was good for us. Townsend was good for us.
Mint. He's been shocking for Palace. He was terrible as a team.
The rest of them have
been good for Palace.
Cabaye, horrific Cabaye when I was watching him the other day. But again, that's just because of shite. So.
Grass isn't greener, is it?
It never is for them. Not many people leave us and never go on to better things.
The bank is fuller though.
Andy Cole, James Milner.
We've had this question, and there's only 2 that we could ever come up with, wasn't it?
Milner.
Definitely, I agree totally. Yes.
Those are the only 2 we could ever think of.
Yeah.
Wijnaldum might go on to.
Yeah, I'll probably say Wijnaldum as well.
At home anyway.
Still
hasn't scored away goal.
He's an utter ghost away from home. I watched the Liverpool Man City game.
Should change his name to Homer Wijnaldum.
He never touched the ball against Man City. There was Liverpool fans there going, was Wijnaldum even on the day? And I just like replying going, yeah, we know exactly what you mean. We've seen it before.
We spoke about this loads, didn't we? Like Wijnaldum at away from home.
He is mint at home, that's the thing.
Great, absolutely great. Remember that game against Norwich, man? Unbelievable. Unreal. He's the type of player that can change any game if he's at home. But he's a cracking player. Like it's weird, isn't it? Like away from home, he just can't find his feet in the game.
I don't get it.
I'm surprised he finds his way on the pitch.
Right, we went at half time 1-0. I didn't feel sick at half time this week.
You got used to it. I
think that's what it is. I think I've.
What could have been 3 up though by half time?
Yes, we'll speak about that.
Joselu had 2 unreal.
Joselu had 2 good chances in the first half.
There was one which one was it? Was it the one?
Yedlin's scuff shot. He was 6 yards out.
He was out and
and Mbemba's pass where he was in. And he tried to hit on the volley first time.
He should have just. All he had to do was lift it over the keeper, didn't he?
Well, on the Yedlin one, yes, because the Yedlin shot had scuffed it, but it came to Joselu.
Yeah.
He could have passed it. He could have dinked it.
Do you think he was playing the occasion rather than the game?
I don't. A lot of people think.
I think he was trying too hard.
I just think that's why he's worth $5 million. I just think that's why he's.
The thing is,
he's gonna miss chances.
He was in the right positions every single time.
100%.
He got himself, and that's probably the difference between him and Mitrovic. Like he'll read the game really well, and he'll get himself in that position. And Mitrovic, you'd probably argue that he doesn't do that 100% of the time.
Unfortunately.
But playing devil's advocate, if Mitrovic had missed those chances that Joselu missed, well, not us, but there'd be a lot of fans giving him so much shit.
It's because people said that as well.
It's because he's new.
I never saw, like, on Facebook or Twitter, I never saw anyone slate Joselu for missing them. I saw a lot of people recognise that he missed them, but put the shoe on the other foot, and that's Mitrovic. Everyone wants him sold. Like, it's so frustrating. I know we bang on about how much we like Mitrovic and how much time we've got to give him. But it's not the fact that we don't... It's hard to fucking explain, isn't it? When it's such a touchy subject, isn't it?
Because I mean, even the commentators on the game when I was watching the highlights were slating him for the chances. I think the one where it was like where he was 6 yards out that you were seeing, I think he stabbed at it. He was trying to get something.
Oh, we're talking about the one just after half time here.
No.
Because that was the
that was the
Oh,
that one was.
It was a class chance. I thought the Edlin one where
was about
he's 6 yards out here, and but having said all that, sorry, you went about commentators, and I agree. I just think every time someone gets the ball in a decent area, they expect them to score.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's never going to happen, man. You can't. Nobody's good enough to score at every single opportunity. And yes, should he have scored? 100%. He should have had one out of them 3 chances.
Yes.
Of course, he should have. He didn't.
The third one for me, just after half time when he was straight through.
Unbelievable chance.
He
That
rifled
was
it over.
His touch to get out of his feet. That was.
He didn't even need to take the shot on that early.
That must have been
He still
like
could have
40
got
seconds
further in.
after
It was.
whistle or
But
something,
I was still finishing my pint.
I don't know if it caught him cold because it was so early in the second half.
Yeah.
It literally was the first kick of the game. The first kick of the second half. But going back to what you said earlier, I think he's getting in the right areas constantly. Him up front is exactly what we need for the type of football we play.
Yeah.
He's mobile. Do you see the one when he went when I just scored 1-0 and then we brought again and he backheeled it? I think it was Yedlin. I think he was like running towards the corner.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah,
really clever, like just really clever.
Well, that's
Just got good awareness.
Yeah,
That's something I noticed, like throughout the game. Our midfield, it was just 1-2 all game, and we were running rings around Stoke at one point. It was just 1-2 football, and all of a sudden out on the wing, and that's exactly what you want. And
100%.
it was the start of the first half. After that chance, you think this is 2 different teams that have came out because Stoke just dominated the first 15-20 minutes. You would
But
think.
they changed the way they played because everything that they were doing was just down the wing.
the
They had
flanks,
nothing in the middle of the pitch at all.
Yeah.
Because it was quite a boring, edgy 10 minutes or 15.
Yeah,
I thought the first we didn't really do much, to be honest. But
Well, that's when
them
Elliot's
didn't either.
saves came.
Like them,
We kind of took the lead a little bit against the run of play. I thought.
yeah, I agree. Yes, yeah. It come from nothing, didn't it? Like I think it was quite a surprising relief almost to go 1-0 up like him. But I saw 1-0 at half time, as you say, and then the second half started. Had a hell of a chance for Joselu. And then did you worry that we were gonna get caught here? Not taking my chances, they're gonna score. And
That's what you look at. Like you think we've had so many chances. Looking back Newcastle over the years and the history of Newcastle, this is where we end up losing the game.
Yeah,
like 3-4.
That's what I thought. Because I thought Stoke couldn't get any worse in that first half. They could only get better because they have got players on that can cause trouble. Even if Crouch had to come on earlier, I just thought there's players there that'll cause trouble. And we haven't took our chances, unfortunately. It didn't hurt in the end, but at the time, watching it live, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna."
I was more worried when Crouch came on than
I was like,
it's always the same though. There's always players like Crouch when they come on, you go, "Oh, Shane Long's another one."
Yeah.
Like one of those two come on, and you just go, "Oh, here we go. This is just kind of lumped forward, and they'll get knocked down, and someone will just tap it in the goal."
Should have.
You just, it could have happened, and you just think that's going to happen all the time. But once again, I think we handled Crouch coming on quite well, but he didn't come on till like late on. Like
he brought him on too late. He brought him on 8 minutes to go or something, and he caused real problems when he came on, which he's bound to. He's at the height of.
Well, that was the thing they had because the striker that they already had on was massive, and they just had the two of them up together. And if one of them was knocking it down, the other one was there.
Yeah. We're jumping ahead a bit here. We're still 1-0 at the time, and Shaqiri gets the goal. Like we see a lot of our players just let him go. And it
was poor defending that for me. Should have pushed him across.
That would probably be my
down faster.
Apart from Josu's missed chances, I think that was probably the only negative of the game. The way that Shaqiri got that goal.
I agree.
I think it was what made it easy for him. It was a good finish, but
especially from a player where you know exactly what he's going to do.
I think some of them had the feeling that he was too far out. It was almost as if someone thought, go on, if you're going to shoot from here, you're not going to score. That type of attitude of like, you're miles out, yeah, and he did. What you're saying there, I thought, I pressed really well the whole game. We chased him down, we tackled, and that one time we didn't have scored, and that's the difference of this division compared to the Championship.
You've got to constantly.
Anytime you switch off, they're going to have you like. But pleasingly, going back to what you said before, the old Newcastle would have lost that game.
Oh, 100%.
We would have lost that game because we would have started feeling sorry for ourselves. People going in the shells.
Newcastle under McLaren, under Pardew, Carver, we would have lost that. Absolutely. We would have lost that by a few goals.
I'll tell you what helped though for me was the atmosphere and the crowd, because we didn't do that normal thing of being a bit negative and turning against and thinking, oh yeah, we'll go again. We actually rallied and.
Do you know what?
The Gallagher actually started cheering while Stoke was still cheering their goal. If you like, and
I think was really that's happened for a while. I think when the opposition scores, I think it happened a lot last season where we start chanting a song whatever it's going to be. We'll chant a song to try and drown out the noise that fans.
Yeah. That has to get the players. I still think it would.
Well, they did. I mean, the players. I can't remember who it was, but a couple of them came out and mentioned that the crowd and the atmosphere and stuff like that, and what a difference it made, and it really pushed them on. Really so, and I've got to say, like, it was.
Do you know what I haven't heard for a while? Well, I haven't heard the dummed groan. Like, do you know where like you use body? Oh, like the full ground just goes. Oh, like I haven't heard that for God knows how long.
The only thing, I've got someone behind me who, honest to God, right, he hates Perez as much as I hate Dele Alli.
Really?
Oh my God, like he's just behind me the entire game, just going. I'm tempted to get Perez on me back of my shirt and just sit in front of him, and he'd be like, "What the?" Just like pies off us the whole game. But no, he's the only, like, he's so negative towards him. But I agree with what you're saying though. Like, he used to give the ball away, or he was too strong.
Because he is the most negative player on the team.
I know, but that game, I'll give him credit. He grafted his arse off against Stoke. Like,
he got the most tackles, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
From what I read, the most tackles out of anyone on the pitch, and I think that's why he plays him.
He grafted his arse off, and when he first came, we saw that a lot, and it's gone missing. Yeah. I would say in the last season and a half, 2 seasons, but.
Well, because he does that stupid thing where if it doesn't go his way, he sits on the floor and bloody punches. He did that twice on Saturday of mine because it wound me up. Get up! Get up and get the ball back.
I wouldn't
just
play
do
him.
it.
I wouldn't play him. No, I wouldn't. But I just think he's on there because of his work rate off the ball.
You would think him and Marino, like, they could work really well together. They could, if they play the way they did against Stoke.
Well, to be fair to Perez, he took his goal well. That it was offside.
What about Hoslu's overhead kick, man?
Aye.
Oh.
Yeah,
he was with 13 foot off the floor when he done that. It was unreal. That was mint.
Get off.
But Perez was in a great area there for a change. Good finish as well, but obviously offside.
He was in a good position, 8 yards offside.
Everyone was up as well, and I was like, why are people up here? Like, why?
Straight away.
Quite clearly he's offside.
That does my head in.
It does my head in as well.
Like, I know, like, in what position you got to be where you can't see that's offside?
I know. Well, I always look at the linesman, me immediately. Yeah. He had his flag up, and there's people necking on the mams and that, man. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's offside, man.
Thinking about who?
The mams and that, man. Like, literally, like, there's people hugging each other, kissing each other. I'm like, it's offside.
But the thing is that the players even ran across to that side to celebrate in front of the linesman wearing these flags, so you can you're looking there anyway.
That's what, because I sit there,
he's offside.
And there was people in front of me, literally chops off, swinging them, like, the linesman's in front of you, like, the linesman's close up and your top is in your hand, and you can't tell me you know it's offside yet. Like, what are you doing?
Well, there was maybe was it Hoslu in the first half where we got one who just went the right side just went wide. I honestly thought that was in. I was up in the air celebrating.
Yes, there was. I was about 6 foot in the air. One of them.
Oh, it was in. I don't know how it ended up wide, but that was in the back of the net.
I agree because
Who was it? What happened?
I'm sure it was.
I celebrated a phantom goal at one point, and that must have been the one.
First half, like, I think we were still 0-0 at the time.
No, I think we're not 1-0 up. It was the one to take.
I
know exactly what you mean.
It was flying. It was in the back of the net. And then all of a sudden he was pointing to a fucking goal kick. I was like,
aye. I know exactly what you mean because I can't remember. Like, I was up in the air celebrating.
It was in. I don't know what kind
but I think my hands were on my head before I'd even landed. I was like, one of them ones. I know what you mean though.
It definitely happened.
Did. But
something else you didn't see though.
What, man?
Jesse's elbow.
Yes, I didn't see that at all. Honestly, I don't even know. So explain what happened there. I didn't see any of that. Like.
Right, well.
32nd minute.
It was 32nd minute. The players were heading back towards Leeds' end. Then something had happened.
They pumped the ball up.
Yes,
they came in. Jesse and Lascelles. They both went up for it challenge, and then the ball got played forward, and as it got played forward, Jesse just swung. It was a proper full-on swing back.
Lascelles was nowhere near him though.
He was directly behind him. He wouldn't have got him in the face or anything like that because obviously there was a big height difference. But he just swung his arm back, and it was clear to see. The problem was
it was more of like a that under, wasn't it? Rather than that, it was like that. He was trying to get it. 100%.
Because because what happened is directly after that the ball's played forward, and the camera and everything goes to it because Perez got fouled and we got a free kick given to Perez. But you can see it on the highlights, him doing it, and then as he does it, he turns around to Lascelles and like says something at him. So he absolutely intended to stick the elbow.
And is that been like?
Not even mentioned.
Even when Mark put it on Twitter, like I retweeted it, so we'd get like a few people involved. Then there's loads of people replied saying, "I didn't say it."
Well, to be fair, I'm saying I haven't seen it.
I mean, I was looking directly at it.
It was right in front of me,
right across. So anybody that was in the kind of the Gallagher and East stand, kind of, a third of the way in the corner and that way, would had a perfect view of it.
Well, I think it's probably a bit like
it should have been more or less straight opposite you, but I don't know. You maybe you followed the ball.
I might have
Perez or something like that.
I might, because I think it's a bit like the Kane thing where Kane was frustrated, lashed out, and then you've got Jesse. Obviously, he's a good player. There's no question. He never touched the ball, so he was probably frustrated, and that's why he's trying to do something on. But
he absolutely intended to
100%
to do him.
100%.
And Lascelles didn't seem to make a big thing of it because obviously I probably would have. Remember, he didn't seem.
He just and it was because, as I say, it kind of got diffused because we got a free kick again for Perez.
Oh.
If Lascelles had been that step closer to him, he would have probably connected. But the fact that it was a swing and a miss, that's probably why nothing came of it.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But the referee wouldn't have seen it, the linesman wouldn't have seen it or anything like that because, as I say, the ball was played as it happened. It was a total off the ball incident, but I cannot believe that everybody knows the cameras are everywhere.
Yeah.
You can see it on the highlights because I watched the highlights afterwards. So if you've got Sky, get on demand. 30-second minutes just before Perez gets a free kick, you'll see it, but not even mentioned.
Even if the referee had seen it, he probably wouldn't give it because the way the referee was, which moves on to the penalty appeal, which came. Atu's running down, and you can see I think there's 3 defenders tracking back, trying to get a hold of him.
One behind him and 2 from either side.
So you know, right, he's running in that box, and you know for fine well that a tackle's going to come in.
Yeah.
Because they're not just going to stand off him. You know for fine well. Atu could have took the chance before.
I think he was playing for the penalty the moment he got the ball.
Yes,
I feel he was just had his mind. He's the penalty.
From where I was, 100% a penalty. 100%. Like no even doubt about it. Even looking back on match of the day, I looked at it and they tried to argue. To be fair, it's a Zuma. Say, he touches the ball. I can't see it touch there, and if it is, it's a tiniest touch.
He does touch it, but for me, you can't.
I think
it just comes straight across.
You can't. He was tackling from behind, really.
I think a touch on the ball has got to at least move the ball in a different direction.
Well, that's what. We'll get to this as well. But Lascelles was screaming at the ref.
He's still arguing, wasn't he?
Was funny as
he was kind of saying to him that the ball hasn't changed direction.
Yeah,
that's what I think he was saying. He was saying the ball's still travelling the same way.
It doesn't even move at all.
I cannot believe
the referee was that moment. It was
believe.
Literally just before Lascelles scored, and he's saying there was no foul. There was no foul.
But you think
how can he say there was no foul? He took him out at the knee.
When he's given the shit that he's been given in the halfway line, these little tackles, and he's given fouls for, and you can't give that. If that was outside the box, he's 100% giving it. There's just no doubt.
Why would you go down in that position?
Exactly.
You're straight through on goal.
I do agree with what Marino went doing last week.
Yeah.
He was
8-9 yards out. His leg was back, ready to take that shot.
I think every Stoke fan thought that was a penalty in that moment in the ground.
There wasn't a person in the ground except the referee that didn't.
That's it. So there's 52,000 all thought that was a penalty except one man.
But let's think we're the home team, so you would expect to get that decision. Even if the ref's got a doubt in his mind, you would expect we'd get that decision for a penalty.
Totally agree. If we're Man United or Chelsea or something, 100%, you better get 2 penalties.
Man, you would have definitely got that. I think the referees bottled it.
Remember what happened the last time when you should have got 2 penalties? It ended up in a fucking free kick to them.
I think the referees completely bottled that decision because he knows fine well if he gives a penalty there, he's got to send him off as well.
I don't know if it was.
He's through.
It's sent off. He's stopping the goals.
He's gone.
Oh, no, in fact, what's the rule now? The rule changed.
Nah, he's gone. If he gives that as a foul, he's off.
That's what I thought.
I don't think he was set because he had, as we just said, there was 3 players converging on the ball. No. But the other 2 were coming in at the same time as.
What did the rule change to? Because the rule changed last season or the season before, didn't it? Where it's because you get 3 negatives because. If you get brought down in the box,
covering player, wasn't it?
Say Newcastle got a penalty, they could have scored it, so there's 2. Then you get a player sent off. But did they not change it where that player would get a yellow card in a penalty?
That ref would have given him a pay rise, probably. So I wouldn't.
I'm sure some bullshit like that happened. I don't want to know it exactly.
He wasn't the last man. Technically, was he? Because I say there was the other defenders that would come through.
But we've said this before. St James's Park is at its best when we have like an injustice like that.
Aye,
because the sound just went up the next level, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was mint. Absolutely mint.
But
we kept our foot on the pedal as well though after that incident as well. We kept, you know what I mean, keep going forward. And
well, that was again something different from us because how many times have we seen us take the lead and sit back and just try and protect it? We didn't. We continue to play nice football. Yeah.
Even when them scored, when it 1-1, we're still
stuck to a plan.
Yeah, we did. Really did. Nobody's head dropped or anything. We just kept playing the game and class.
No, it's good performance.
And then obviously
very happy.
And then obviously the goal came, which started from Lascelles arguing about this penalty, which should have been given. He's arguing with the referee. The referee blows for the corner to come in. That's
what kind of worked in our favour because he was having that conversation with the referee. The Stoke players kind of
just
almost forgotten about him because they were all marking up. Again, I think they were doing that zonal marking again, which was the same as last week for Swansea, but they just kind of forgot about him. And I mean, it was a lovely ball in from Richie. It was a lovely corner.
I agree with you there. They forgot about him, didn't they? Yeah. I think he had been arguing outside the box for so long that they just forgot about him.
But he had a couple. He had a couple of chances from.
Well, the
corners.
good thing is his confidence is going to be rising in it now because he's thinking, "God, every time I come forward, I'm going to score."
From a player that couldn't get in the team.
Yeah. He only scored in the first half.
Well, I was going to say he could have had another one.
Straight after we scored.
It only went just wide left
so
side.
He's now coming up for every corner thinking, I'm going to score you, which is unbelievable.
Exactly what you want.
And going to Richie, he's been working on his corners or crosses because everyone now is almost on the money. Like whereas before, I thought he was very frustrating last season sometimes at crossing the ball. God, he was shocking sometimes.
We still did a couple in the second half. Maybe it's because it was later on in the game, but where we're taking it short and then
it ends up back in the keeper.
Yeah.
They will do that. So they'll not swing it every time, but I mean, if you look.
But why, when you've got that threat?
Last week, so you had Swansea game. Richie crossed for Joselu, had a great save.
Yeah.
He then set up the corner for Lascelles. He set up Acho on Saturday. He set up Lascelles on Saturday.
Yeah. Second highest assist.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's definitely been working on them.
Well, I could be completely wrong, but I'm sure he got man of the match for that game. I'm sure he did. If not, he deserved it. Like,
I probably agree there. Was there anyone better than him? Probably not.
He goes under the radar a lot, Richie, I would say.
His work rate's incredible.
Oh, I think he gets a lot of credit for his work rate, but you don't realise how much he offers his team.
Yeah.
If he wasn't,
I don't think people appreciate, other than Newcastle fans, appreciate how good he is.
No way.
Do you not think he plays like he's like a Geordie? Like he plays like he really wants to represent the shirt, which I love that. Like, but obviously more than just that. I agree with what you're saying. He's got loads of quality in that.
The fact when Lascelles scored, he was celebrating by himself, and I think
when he put the corner in,
amazing.
He was even up
headering it. I love a fake header.
That was class. That.
He turned around to where we were sitting and was just like screaming on his own, like till Lascelles not come in.
Loves it.
Brilliant, man. Really.
I do like Richie. Like I do like him. In fact, the majority of players at this club right now are a good group of players.
They are.
It's probably the best group of players we've had in a long time.
They all seem to want to
play for.
Do
you think that's come from the fact that they've been in the Championship together?
I do.
There's players obviously that have came into the.
I also think there's not many household names there. I think there's a lot of players that, let's be fair, like they're not they're not world class, that's for sure. And maybe that works in my benefit because maybe they realise, God, I'm playing for a club here that gets 52,000 every week, a big club. I've got Rafa as my gaffer.
Did you read Marino's interview? I can't remember who done it for, but he's saying it's so strange coming to Newcastle. You see, I love it. You see, because when I was in Dortmund, you're saying I could go out on the street and no one knew who I was. Yeah. Even the day I left, no one knew who I was. He went, my first day in Newcastle, those people coming up and saying, "Oh, good luck for the season." Oh,
well, it was Newcastle, in the programme that because he was the front guy in the programme, and it was all in there. But I think the Daily Mail also used it, if you know what I mean. But it was in the programme. Exactly what he said. He went, "I left Dortmund, and people still didn't know who I was." So like,
and I like the fact that
he's definitely known here.
100%. I like the fact that him, Joselu and Jesus have all came out this week and said,
Jesus,
we've come to this club, so it feels as if we've got to see what's around the area.
Yeah.
And every single one of them is just out like
Annie
Castle and Harry Potter days and stuff.
How all week, haven't they?
Been time on the beach and stuff.
Joselu was out when he with his family had the bear around the back and that in his last. He said he was off to Annie Castle or somewhere like that.
It's good to see that, isn't it? It's good to see it.
But Rafa again though, he led by example because Rafa did it, didn't he?
Rafa did it.
He was going to Angel of the North and going all over the place, and again that's going to rub off.
Up to the mate for a cup of tea when he was there.
He didn't.
So we got his saying.
What biscuit would you offer him?
Custard cream.
Custard cream.
Ooh, I'd go for a fig roll.
I think he loves them, mate.
I love a fig roll.
I like a fig roll.
I do as well. Lush, aren't they?
Jammy wagon wheel. I bet he'd like one of them.
Wagon wheel.
A wagon wheel. I'd tell you what he'd like. He'd love a fruit club.
What? A club?
A fruit club or a mint club.
If you like a lot of chocolate,
join our club.
Join our club.
He'd love it.
Brilliant. Work hard.
I love Rafa. I fucking love him.
Club.
Right, has anyone got these questions prepared? Shall we jump straight in? Have we got anything else to mention
No, I think
on that game? I think we'll cover the majority.
Peters could have been sent off.
100%.
Yes,
aye. 100%.
Well, that's only the
two chops, nigh on identical fouls.
Same area, same. First one we had Fleckman Perez.
Well, that's only the fifth game in a row where someone could have been sent off against it.
Aye, not that it's.
We're going for the full season, aren't we?
I love how going back to Richie. He's one of these where probably away fans when they're watching probably hate him, but you know when there is some of that, he's the first one at the ref. Just he's all the time, just going on.
He's a walking ticket, like.
He's a walking ticket. He's always in the referee's ear.
It's mint, man, isn't it? It's class when you've got to play like that, like.
Right.
Shelby came on.
Come on.
Came on.
Nervous, wasn't he? I thought.
Didn't do.
He played in the holding role. He played in the holding role.
Yeah, he was sat there.
I think he was nervous.
Hang on. What do we think about Hayden right now?
Hayden?
Yeah. Because I think he's struggling.
I do.
I think he's really struggling in this league.
No,
I just don't think he's found his feet with the pace of the game.
I think he's got a presence off the ball, which is hard for teams to break down through the middle. But when he gets it, my God, he's horrendous, man. Well, I think every time he got the ball, he lost it. Every time. And I think
he's really, really struggling.
Yeah, I don't particularly think he's that good. Like, but, you know.
Well,
it's early days,
maybe next year he's going to be good like Perez was. Like, the last few games was Perez.
He'll be banned soon. He'll be banned soon because he gets a yellow card every game because he flies in like an idiot. He always has a lie down at some point in the game. Always has a lie down.
Yes, he does.
Every 100%. Game he has a lie down.
As soon as you see the physio's coming on, you don't even have to look to see who's lying on the pitch.
You just know for a fact. Nothing wrong with him. I don't know. There's something to put him. I don't know.
Right, jumping to the questions.
You're not going to bring Cole back in though for a minute.
No.
Do you know the best upgrade I think in football history has to be Marino for Colback? Is that not the best upgrade?
That's not an upgrade, is it?
That's like.
Well,
just shouldn't you be allowed
while we're on this topic, we'll have had a question regarding this in. It's from the Optimistic G. If Marino was to lose his eyesight, would he still be better than Colback? And my first thought was he could lose his feet and he'd still be better than Colback. He could lose his life and he'd still be better than Colback.
Blind, stumpy-legged player.
Oh, you could put a bell in the ball and he'd still be better, wouldn't you?
Hey, there's some good ball players.
Blind players. Some good bells. Harry Quasi.
That's a funny question. That's a good question, that one.
But yes, 100%. He could lose his feet. Everything.
Poor Jack.
Aye, poor Jack. Poor Jack. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Right. The Optimistic G also asking, do you think...
Christ, how many tweets has he sent in?
2. Do you think Rafa will give Joselu another chance this weekend or go with Gale? Joselu done okay but missed 3 clear chances. I think he'll stick with him. I would like to see you would stick with him.
Not to sound like Vince McMahon, but I guarantee it. He'll stick with Yosselu.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mirovic is still banned. This is his last banned game.
Brighton.
I think Yosselu, I think he's got his name
I think
all over it.
he should stay.
There you go.
So Wall Green.
I think he might change it.
Do you?
Yep.
Wouldn't surprise him with
Just
Rafa.
because it's Rafa.
God, I hope he doesn't. But anyway, I think he'll stay.
Strange decision, but I think just come against Brighton, whether or not that extra bit of pace in behind from Gill, he might do that.
No,
He shouldn't, but we'll see.
I'd be very surprised if Gill comes in like for Yosselu. Very, very surprised.
Nah, there's no way. Are you off as now, man?
Not happening.
We'll see.
Not happening.
I'm not in the fence of what Kris is, but you don't think he's Premier League quality. I'm not going down that route. I just don't think that he suits
The Premier League.
No. The style of what we play. Yosselu's really
absolutely
important.
Yeah.
Really important.
Right, Kevin sends in. Hi, Kevin. Kevin wore one of my pin badges to his wedding.
Did he?
That's
What a man. There's someone sits in front of me. I should ask him. He had the Rafa one on. What was it again?
the Rafa Mitchell one.
Aye. He had that on. He had something else on that you had, and I thought, he must know you. He sits literally right in front of us, and I always go to ask him, and I just didn't.
He's probably just bought them, mate.
No, I reckon he might.
What does he look like?
He
might be watching, by the way, so don't see he's like a fat lad.
No, he's not. No.
Is it me?
Well, he sits in the Platinum Club, so if he is watching, he's
posh.
about 50 odd, I'd say. Quite a tall guy.
The only 50-year-old I know is me dad and Mark.
You cheeky git.
I'll definitely ask him the next home game.
Ask him.
I will.
And see, have you listened to our Smiling Biz podcast?
Well, that's what I want to ask him.
Give a flyer. Got a flyer.
I do want to ask him that.
Ask him.
Available on Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube.
What was that? Sorry?
Where? Podbean,
iTunes, and YouTube.
It's a mouthful, isn't it? She said. Right, young Mono, like we just said, asking, is the team that started against Stoke our strongest one until January window?
Probably is, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
Well, no.
Who would you change?
I just
As
think
much as I hate to say it,
Shelby.
but Shelby for Hayden.
Shelby for Hayden, yeah.
Shelby's one of
Much
the
as
best
it pains us
players.
to say it.
Has
Yeah.
to be in there, really.
Yeah.
But then again, though.
But then what about with centre backs? Like, we don't know because Lejeune played well. And
I did, but you're not changing Clark and Lascelles.
100%, you're not changing.
Not. But wouldn't have won the last two games if I had done that. But
I don't think Lascelles would be in that team now if Lejeune hadn't got injured
I don't think he
in
would
that
have.
game.
And credit to Lascelles for taking his opportunity.
He's been unreal. But again, is this part of the thing where
don't believe I know Lascelles now.
you know where Rafa talks about changing the team because he wants to have that competition for places? Has that made Lascelles buck up his ideas?
Keeps the fire burning, doesn't it?
But then again, though, he did have a double hernia or whatever last season, didn't he? And he you know what I mean? He played through a bad injury, no doubt about it. He played through it forward to get promoted. So maybe that's why we didn't see the best of him, because he wasn't fully fit, possibly. For me, I'll not criticise him again on here, even if he does have a shocker. I've got a lot of time for him.
Right, Alex Coates sends in, do you think the crowd singing has any effect on the team's performance, or
we just mentioned
or the players just being polite?
No, they even came out. I can't remember who it was, but there was two players came out and mentioned the atmosphere at the weekend and how important it had been. And
for them out to get slated, I think the atmosphere in St James's Park right now is
it's because of winning games.
It's good enough, yeah.
You're
probably right.
We're winning games.
You're probably right.
It could have been a lot worse after the window. It could have been really bad.
Yeah.
It could have been very negative.
Well, even
negative.
the Mark Hughes, it came out kind of before the game, and part of his tactics and team talk kind of thing was to say we need to get the crowd on the back foot against the team.
Well, the championship
get us frustrated and that kind of thing.
Every manager's team talk would be that, get this crowd against them.
Because I think that it does. We would know for a fact that we can turn and be
awful,
hostile, and that will absolutely impact on the players.
Well, speaking of that, like
especially a young team that we've got, now, kill them, man.
Like Deka just mentioned,
youngest team in the league. I read it there.
Deka just mentioned there that it could have been a lot worse after the transfer window. And I know we've got a singing section now in the top corner. We've obviously got the corner, but the singing section and the Gallagher flags lot are all associated with the club right now. Right? They've all got ties with the club, so the club are involved with what's happening and they promote it. if it was to turn to the point where the fans turned against Ashley again,
Yeah.
how would this play out? Because obviously Gallagher Flags couldn't do anything. That section up there couldn't do anything. And if they were to do something, you know for fine well the club would just go, finished.
Well, it's happened before, didn't it? Because we used to have a singing section up in level
and it
7.
got changed, didn't it?
And it got...
So the family section got
everybody
carried all over, didn't it?
Got...
No, it didn't.
But would this
moved
turn
around.
people against this? It shouldn't. But do you think people would think, you're representing the fans, the singing section, you're representing our fans, so you've got to not encourage but participate in, say, anti-Ashley chants. And likewise with the flags. Where's this line here? Because they're getting into bed with the club, so it's a very, very fine line that's
that's
there
because
right now.
the club recognised that what an important part the crowd can play in it, but things have to go right on the pitch in order for it to work. If things aren't happening on the pitch, that it impacts the atmosphere. Then if it starts going, tits up, then you can guarantee the crowd will start singing it. Just because you've moved people to sit into there, there's only maybe 3-4 people that are actually the organisers of this that you can see that are involved with the club.
There's a lot more than that. There's a lot more.
No, but they're volunteers to do it and that kind of thing. I mean, as in organising it.
They're
They're the ones that are involved with the club. You're not going to get 300-400 people just because 1 or 2 people that are organising this don't want to join in with that because the scene has been put. It's peer pressure. It's whoever. If there's 2 or 3 people in there start singing it, somebody next to them will start in with it and it'll go from there.
Yep.
They just need to keep performing on the pitch and keep things right.
That's how
the
you're going to keep it away.
Yeah.
And I hope
we've got an important part
to play. Them days of just coming in and just, I suppose it's the only time where fans can vent is actually being at the game.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's the only time they can demonstrate what they feel. But I just get a bit, especially there were some bad times, wasn't there? And don't get us wrong, they had every right to do what they wanted to do, but it was just a bit. I wasn't even looking forward to going to the games because I just thought, well, we're going to have another game here. It's just going to be shit. And just aggressive chanting and all that shit.
I could speak about this for ages, but we'll move on because I'll just get mental. Right. They're
doing a good job though.
Yeah.
Gallagher Flags, War Yem, Nufk chants, all doing a good job.
Definitely.
Right. Jimmy Amiobi, he sent one in last week as well. He sends in, which Toon player, past or present, has the nicest smile? And why is it Wijnaldum?
Was he the Ginola person?
Why is it Wijnaldum? Is that what he says?
He's got a point, like.
The nicest smile?
I think it might be in the same kid that sent the Ginola thing.
It's got to go back to that moment with that we talked about Ginola when he just looked into the camera and...
Oh.
Best smiles. Top of my head, I would go Wijnaldum, Shola, because of that photo where he's just got a massive grin on his face.
Shola's always smiling.
And goodbye.
I tell you who never smiles. Lascelles. Never smiles.
Does he not?
Never smiles.
You don't reckon?
No.
I've seen him, he's lovely.
I've never seen him smile.
He's
I've seen him
lovely.
smile. I've seen him smile. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Moving on. Right, another Jimmy Jefferson. Would... I wish people would just write the things properly. Would maybe he did. Maybe it's
the problem here, isn't it?
Would like to see Richie play behind the striker, as I'm struggling to see what Perez offers. I'm saying Stoke did offer a lot.
He didn't.
He did, man. Against Stoke, he did. I'll defend him. No, I'm not his biggest fan. I'll defend him against Stoke. He played very, very well.
He did all right.
Well, very, very well.
Well, that's pushing it. He played very well.
He did all right.
But he was good.
He was better than he has been.
I said I'd love to see Richie play there, but do you not then lose him for
on the wing? And he had such a good game.
You're lose him.
Well, it depends though, because if Murphy gets up to speed,
would you? You're almost saying, right? Would you put Murphy over Richie now in that position?
No, I'm saying if we're going to try that and play him in there, then you've got a ready-made replacement. He just needs to get with it.
Right, Rob Fish.
But it would play into what we've said about having that little fast, tricky player, somebody playing up alongside with the striker. Although it said Mitrovic and Gale, or maybe Horslew and Gale.
Right, we'll go through these next ones quick because we're about reading. My camera's going to die. Right,
Oh,
Rob
is it?
Fish sends in, when everyone is fit, Mbemba keeps his place at left back, or does Zuma come back in? Mbemba stays there for me.
Yes, 100%. He won't, but 100%.
I don't even know what you're thinking.
Just what I said earlier about
He won't
the,
give his
the
place.
different type of.
Raphael put Dummer back in.
He hasn't came up against
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
pure pacey right winger.
Mbemba's staying there for me, like. Right, Michael Van
He's
sends
done
in,
that wrong.
not NUFC related, if the average length,
So why are you sending it in, Mike?
If the average leg length of a 6'4" individual is 34 inches, how can a 24-inch penis be by anyone's toes?
What?
Wow. Okay, Michael. Right, James Laws,
I'm 6'2" and my inside leg's 33.
who has been our best left back since Beresford? Luzon not
Ollie
included.
Bernard.
Mbemba.
Jose Enrique for me.
Enrique, I like Enrique. Like.
After the first season. Yep.
Right, last one. Daryl Mitchell Hill. How are you, Daryl? Genuinely couldn't think of a decent question to ask this week, but looking forward to the podcast nonetheless. Keep it up, lads.
Love you, Daryl.
Well, right. Thanks, Daryl. Much appreciated. Hope you're watching the video and not just listening to this. Right. Predictions. Brighton. Go quickly. Just want to score.
Draw.
Score draw.
1-1.
We're gonna win.
No, honestly,
We're gonna win.
this is. I knew this would happen because
I know, it's a turning point.
I honestly think
We'll win it.
we'll win. But these are the games.
2-1 Brighton.
These are the games. These are the games we'll lose because we've put performances in. We've played very, very well in the last 3-4 games. We should be going down there because we always do pretty well when we go down there, and we should win. We should win that game. We'll get beat.
Are you just completely excluding the cup games
We'll-
that we've gone down there?
It would be meant to win because then we could win. We could go against Liverpool with absolutely no pressure at all.
Yeah.
Because you've won 4 on a bounce and just go to Liverpool and just give them the best we've got. Would be lovely. But I do think we'll win. I do. So I'm going to stick with it. I think we'll win 2-1.
I think it'll be draw ones each.
See, my head thinks we'll go down there and win, but then this is Newcastle and this is the games that we'll lose.
That's a fair comment, isn't it? Really?
So
Yeah,
that's why, in normal circumstances, I'd say we'd win the game, but I think we'll get a 1-1 draw.
Right, we're just sticking with habit here because we've won the last one.
1-1 draw.
So, draw, loss. He thinks win but loss. Thinks it's a win but loss. And I think draw. Adam? 2-0.
What, Brighton?
To who?
Oh, no. Oh.
To you? Are you playing? To Newcastle, right? He's fucking 2. Oh, he's been quite optimistic though, to be fair, so
Yeah,
we're sticking with it, right? Yeah. As you can tell, we've got some lights. Thanks for buying the key rings.
Thanks.
Can still buy them. £3.75, I think, though.
Bargain.
It's a bargain, that, isn't it?
Bargain.
For the size of the key, it's a big key.
It's a big keyring.
You never lose your keys.
Kind of fit them in your pocket, like.
The size of that. Right, once again, thank you for listening. Thank you to Morgans. We haven't got the menu on the thing today,
This is Morgan's.
but we're Morgans. Thank you to Morgans. Thank you to...
We're the only customers tonight in Morgan's.
Thanks
Oh,
to
yes.
Get
International
down here.
Glass Consultants. Away the Glass. Thank you for them for sponsoring the podcast.
Thanks, Steve.
Anyone else we got to thank? Everyone for listening. Everyone for watching.
Subscribing.
Yeah, keep liking, keep sharing, retweeting. Can't do it without you.
Or Mark will come and sit on you.
Face.
There's a thought.
No! Right, on that bombshell, we'll call it a night. I sound like Jeremy fucking Clarkson every week now, don't I?
And on that bombshell.
I need to start changing that, like. What shall I change it to?
Lou.
Might score 1, might score 2.
Lou. Right, love yous.
Bye.
Well, I'll just push it like that.
I would